welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 501xTako's Anime on Tradition. I'm your host, as always, Tako DB, history's spiciest podcaster and the best voice in podcasting. Here, as always, with Big Bro, my co-host, DB, the Dark Britain. You might hear me call him by his government because I'm just used to calling him by his government or we're not on camera. Anyway, today we are back after a 2-week mini vacation. Wayne had a nice vacation this week. Going back to the wood chipper. I would like to say that I actually didn't have a vacation at all this week, but I also didn't get any stress relief because of the Pistons. So yeah. You want to, dude? I think we should just go right in. Like I'm looking at. Yeah, let's do it.
We're coming at it from two different people we're frustrated with. You're frustrated with Duran. I'm pissed at Cade. Cade, like Jalen Suggs, is it Jalen or Jaren? One of the Suggs.
Jaden Suggs, I think.
Jaden Suggs has literally been taking Caden's lunch on the playground, and it has been embarrassing. Like, I remember... I'm just visually seeing Suggs just taking the ball. Cade is averaging 8 to 9 turnovers. Suggs, honestly, probably has a third. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
No, I know.
He has literally been taking this dude's lunch. And what are we supposed to do? He's literally the point guard. We can't say that he still has rust because this is his 5th, 6th game. He's been back in it. He's just overwhelmed. Even though he has playoff experience, they made it last year, so we don't necessarily have the wide eyes playoff kind of thing. It's more like I think they thought it was going to be way easier, and they're getting punched in the face, and now they're actually having to play, and it's from when you're behind, and then you
That's
just can't do that.
Detroit basketball. That's
Unfortunately.
Classic Detroit MO. And so I'm not mad at Cade. I think he needs to be way more aggressive. I really think he needs to take advantage of his star power at this point, get calls, and we're going to talk about the whole foul baiting with SGA because I swear to God, if they change the rules like they did with James Harden, SGA's at 12 points a game. Easily, without all those 25 free throws a night. But anyway, Cade needs to use his star power. He needs to be more aggressive. He's got to turn it on and just control the pace of the game. He has to flip that switch more, more often, not wait. Because he turned it on at the end of game 3, ended up with 27 points or whatever. But bro, I had stopped watching by that point. I just couldn't take it because I was frustrated. And I honestly think the calls against Stu, the tech and the flagrant one, I really feel like those changed the entire complexion of the game. That flagrant was a BS call. It was straight up bullshit. So I'm not mad at Cade because I think at a certain point, bro, you are the leader of the team. You got to flip the switch to get the team going. My frustration is with Duran a bit more because I'm looking at him I just don't feel like he's on the floor. I don't see him contributing enough. I have to look at his plus minus numbers because I just don't feel like he's playing like our number 2 guy. He's not that second option at all at this point. And I understand they're clogging up the paint. They're a stellar defensive team, but this doesn't look like a 1 seed. That's that dominated the East to me. They're getting literally bullied by an 8th seed who now have a little more confidence. Just got a much needed game 3 win, and that
not a little bit more. It's a lot more.
I mean, they got a game 3 win at home, and that usually controls the tempo of the series. That usually dictates where the series goes. So now Detroit is playing what we know to be Detroit basketball, which is playing from behind, and hopefully that lights a fire into their asses. But I'm just not happy, and I was one of those people who wasn't going to say who's the number 1 seed, who's the 8th seed. I'm Orlando's a decent No, some I'm gonna say, and I'm also not this person anymore, but some of those calls are bullshit, especially the ones against Stu. Like that flagrant one should not have been a flagrant. Stu couldn't play his game. He's usually our energy guy, and I am the first person to say Stu has got to stop falling for the baits. I'm the person. I said this because I'm in a group chat with my siblings. I told them reputation is going to come into play, and Stu's going to be the guy that gets baited, and that's going to fuck up the team. Pardon my language. What happens? They put the guy that he has a sort of rivalry with or whatever on him. They're playing chippies, playoff basketball, whatever. They get double teed up, double fouled up, and then he gets a really, really egregious flagrant call when he's making a play on the ball. So it was clear he's making a play on the ball from every angle. And now he can't play his game. But reputation came into play there. They almost got him at the end of the first half with another flagrant, and it's just clearly like, bro, now you're just calling anything on him. So no, I'm pretty pissed with the Pistons right now. No pun intended, because that just flowed.
It's an all around frustration because there's something to be said about officiating and bad officiating. But if you were to be playing how you're supposed to, you wouldn't be in that situation to begin with. So
that's literally my mindset most times. Don't give the referees a chance to dictate the game. I've been saying that for a long time, especially with the Pistons and other Detroit teams looking at you, Lions, because it's been their narrative for years. Oh, the referee didn't call this, bro. If you're up 40 points or 4 touchdowns, that call doesn't make or shake your game at the end of. Sorry, make or break. No, I wholeheartedly agree. Stop letting the game get to the point where you know.
Yeah.
But then again, that goes back to your point, and Cade, Suggs should be bullying you like the way he is, bro.
Complete bullying you.
When I stopped watching the game, I think Cade had 5 or 6 turnovers.
I'm looking at the statistics. Do you want to hear the statistics?
Please.
So Cade, 41 minutes, 27 points, to your point, but he was 8 of 23. I'm sorry. No. I'm glad that you got 27, but no, you can't be shooting. 33. That's 33%, roughly.
Yeah.
No, you can't be shooting 33% from the floor. Like, he was 3 for 10 from 3, so there you go. 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 9 turnovers. Like, the turnovers literally negate the assists you had.
Yeah. Yeah, quite literally. A turnover could be more costly, especially if they got a basket off of it. The turnover could be more costly depending on what basket they got off of it.
Yeah, so they get a 3-point off of it.
Yeah, I will say if Cade, the 3-point disparity. I do like that he missed 1 3-pointer, got a rebound, and shot it just right back. He shot it right back again, and it went in. I do like that he didn't let the first miss knock his confidence, because he took the same exact shot twice in a row, made the second shot. I just need to turn it on a little bit more and quicker. Like, you got to dominate this game.
Well, speaking of that, here's the tee off for you. Now that I'm going off of statistics, Jalen Duren, 27 minutes, 8 points, 3 for 10. 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. He had arguably almost as many turnovers as he had field goals.
Yeah. And what was his plus minus?
Something. And he fouled out.
Yeah. Figure that.
It's a literal 0.
Yeah, like he literally he did not contribute anything worth of significance. And I get it. They're clogging up the paint. But, dude, you're a big boy. You a big boy. Like, some of those guys just aren't even physically as gifted as you. You got to play some bully ball.
Some of them, none of them are. Like, everyone on Orlando,
well, Wendell
he
Carter's
can literally move.
Huge.
His head is huge. That's hilarious.
The man's head is a boulder.
He is 270 pounds. That is fair. But
And it's
I'm
like,
sorry, Duran can move him out of the way. So
I mean, his head
I
looks
don't
like
know.
the Washington Monument.
Yeah, that was, and he had 14 points. Yeah, so he's out wielding and out dueling our all-star center.
And this is
So
Wendell
it's
Carter Jr. we're talking about.
yeah.
Looks like Sid from Ice
And
Age.
he's 27. Oh, he went to Duke. I do not remember him. 2018. I that was whoa.
Yeah,
Don't remember. Wonder who was on that Duke.
yeah. Oh, he went to
Yeah,
do.
now I can actually like feel good about being a Duke fan. I've recovered. I've fully recovered after that. That was Zion's year. Interesting.
I think 2018 was the year Luca came out too, right?
No, I'm looking at the. I don't see him on here. He must have been drafted, so he must have played in 2017. Then 20 and drafted in 2018. Um, I'm looking at Duke's basketball roster, and that was when Zion was a freshman. Because it was
Yeah.
Zion, Cam Reddish, Trey, RJ Barrett. Wow, that was 8 years ago.
Jesus Christ. And Zion's done all of nothing.
All of nothing. But at the same time, RJ wasn't. Who was the high flyer from? He played at Memphis. He
Oh,
keeps on doing the gun thing.
oh, Ja Morant.
Yeah, Ja. So Ja was the second draft from that. Second person drafted from that. So he
I heard
hasn't really done.
this will be a rant Sunday if we include Ja Morant. Ja Morant.
We can.
I just when his father said that he's thinking about their brand, I'm like, bro, he's got caught and suspended for doing the same stupid shit twice in a row. You're an NBA player now, and you make millions. You make stupid money. You don't need to be caught hanging around with people back from the block, the hood, whatever, flexing with guns or whatever he was doing. You need to be caught with that type of in that type of situation, and then talk about we need to think about our brand and when we go into free agency or trade talks or whatever, bro. You sound like a complete goofball. Like you and your son, stop it. Like you're not thinking about image or brand, bro. I literally, I'm triggered. No pun intended. No pun intended. I cannot. Ja Morant is like the one of the biggest disappointments for me, um, since Kobe's Achilles tear and Derrick Rose's ACL tear. Like,
I'm sorry. I'm looking up the draft right now
do your thing, man.
from 2016, 2017, and then 2018. Because to your point, Luca was drafted, but I didn't realize this. He was drafted by the Hawks
Yeah,
and
he got
traded.
traded to Dallas. I
Do you
think
know
for
who he
Trey
got
Young,
traded
right?
for?
Trey Young.
Trey Young.
Yeah. What
But
people
that
would
was
do?
a well. I'm looking back. I'm laughing because like he terrorized Phoenix for years.
Yeah,
But Aiton was the first round pick from Phoenix. So when Phoenix, Marvin Bagley, who's not even in the league anymore,
I forgot he
Jared
was a
Jack,
person.
right? Jared Jackson, Luka Doncic, Jarrett Jackson, Trey Young, Muhammad Bamba. No idea where he's at.
Oh,
Then there's
Bamba.
Wendell. I did not realize Wendell Carter was a seventh round pick from Duke, and I'm just like, I seriously don't even remember him, and he is like nowhere on these like rosters. Like he had to have just been there for like 1 year.
Yeah, I don't remember him at Duke either, but yeah, his head is
Yeah,
huge.
but to help tee you off for your next rant, SGA was the 11th pick for that. So there you go. These segues, I am killing it.
You're on it,
Go
bro. Two
away.
weeks vacation. You got that vacation in. It's working wonders.
All right.
SGA, literally, I Steve Nash, and I think it was Cam Reddish or Cam Johnson, one of those guys, had a conversation. I have to find it because I saw like the reel on Instagram probably a year ago, where they said SGA is so good at grifting when it comes to um, foul baiting, basically, where he can fill you out and like kind of lure you in to make that to make that foul so you can get the call. And it's legit one of the most frustrating parts of basketball to me is the amount of foul calls that they make and or non-calls in some cases. But seeing a guy like SGA, I think he had, I have to remember what night it was. He had 30, 30 something points, I think. I can't remember the exact stat line
Mm-hmm.
over the game, but like 25 free throw attempts. So
Oof.
most of his points came from the free throw line. So we're looking at this amazing streak that he's had, and most of his baskets are free throws, or most of his points come from free throws. I'm like, bro, this is so incredibly boring. And like when James Harden was supposedly the third or fourth greatest shooting guard of all time, and he was averaging Kobe numbers, once they changed the foul rules, James Harden went from the uh, 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 fringe third greatest shooting guard of all time to a point guard and averaging 11 assists a game. He learned how to pass because he couldn't get foul calls anymore.
That and
And
that
that quick,
was it was crazy because he was kicking his leg out, right?
yeah,
Or was
yeah, yeah. But like to step back and do and then to kick out and like literally, and he cut his point total in half. Like now he's probably averaging like 15 points at if that. And it's just like you're not even the same. You're not the same guy at all. Like I think he's even got in shape just to play a little bit, play the point guard a little better. But like if they do the same thing with SGA is not averaging uh, 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 more than 12 points a game, and it's just this is why I tell people the NBA is boring to me now. I watch the playoffs, but I just don't. I don't give it as much attention as I used to because Adam Silver's trying different things. I get it. It's forever going to be fuck David Stern. Um, but Adam Silver is just it's not the same NBA. Like you can't play defense. If you do play defense, then you get a foul call. Then certain players get a bunch of really really egregious foul calls. Just stacking points up at the free throw line. It's just not entertaining basketball.
which is
I
incredibly fair.
It's like a game like the Pistons and the Magic game three was a defensive. And it's playoff basketball. It's a defensive showcase, but Pistons need another scorer, like a legit scoring threat that can turn it on. Like they need a prime KD basically um, to get over the hump. But it's also frustrating when you see a guy like Stu, and because of reputation, he's getting a flagrant call, and it was a play on the ball. It was legit a play on the ball, and you can look. He never intended, like he never looked at. I think it might have been Suggs. I think it was Suggs. He never looked at his face. He never looked at his head. He looked at the ball and tried to make a play at the ball. So I just, these playoffs are interesting because the lower seeds seem to be um, at least holding their own against the upper seeds. But
I mean, everything except for again
okay,
SGA and OKC. So
well, the Lakers are actually dominating the Houston
I
Rockets.
was
I think
not.
KD's
Well, KD's
KD's
been
out.
out. That's why,
Yeah,
right? But even when he played one game that was the closest it's been. Shingun is an absolute monster. That kid's wild. Um, yeah, they Houston has a squad, but I just don't think that they have really the consistency that the Lakers bring with LeBron. All in maybe what um his last run of it.
I
So who
mean,
knows?
honestly, I have a personal theory that LeBron should have retired in 2016 after he won Cleveland championship. But I can't tell LeBron what to do. Um,
Crazy thinking that's 10 years.
10
He
years
should
ago,
have.
he might run it back this year. Because Lucas is out, right?
And I don't think he's
Lucas out
Luca.
indefinitely, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he is out indefinitely and missed the remainder of.
Yep.
Luca's not confirmed to be out for the entire of 2026 playoffs.
He's out for
Um,
game four tonight, though. And LeBron's averaging 25 points, almost 10 rebounds, almost 9 assists, 2 steals. Like, he's turned back the clock. Austin Reeves is the game tied decision. KD's out. And this could have been a
ruled out for the first
KD
round of the
versus
game two.
LeBron matchup.
It was okay. Doncic ruled out of the first round with a grade 2 hamstring strain. Was able to get shots up during the Lakers practice on Thursday. He was seen completing controlled light movement and shooting with assistant. So, I mean, they're making it. I think they're making it through this round. I think that's safe to say, right?
Yeah, yeah. Only
I'm very
only an act of God can stop them from clearing this first round.
so I've and then after this they who would it would be the winner of the Nuggets
In
and the
Minnesota.
Wolves.
Yeah.
Woo, that in itself is going to be spicy.
Well,
Actually, wait, they're
I'm
the three
really
seed, right?
Denver's the 3 seed, or Denver's the what is Denver, the 4 seed?
No,
I think
so
they're no.
it might be the Spurs.
Hang on 1 second. I think
What?
Denver's the 3rd seed. Yeah,
No,
Denver's the
I
third.
thought yeah, because I thought. Oh, sorry, I thought Lakers were the third seed.
Well, they fell off in the end of the season because of Luka's injury. I think they were four. They finished four.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I had originally thought that. Okay,
Yeah, they were like a game behind Denver.
okay. So Lakers are 4-5. Okay, well, yeah, because if Lakers are 4-5, then they would face OKC afterwards. I had thought they were third, so they wouldn't face them until at least the Western Conference Finals. But if they're the fourth seed, then yeah, they're playing them next.
Yeah.
So, if Luca's back, that changes the entire dynamic, and I don't know who to go with. To be honest, I really
Well, it
don't.
depends on what version of Luka comes back because he's gonna have to get back into form. Yeah, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
hope that like he comes back fully healthy. But he's got. I'm sure Luka wants to contribute and kind of get it and compete. Honestly, Luka's
Yeah,
a competitor. Um, but yeah,
yeah, and
I would love, honestly, I would love for Luca to come back and get them over the hump against SGA. Because even Wimby's out now with a concussion.
oh, I did, and I even saw that play. So
Yeah, he hit.
I have an honest question for you. If you were in the Lakers organization, because keep in mind the second round of the playoffs don't just happen all at once. If two teams are able to start playing, they're going to start playing a few days earlier than everyone else.
Yeah.
So is it? I honestly don't know what I would do. Is it in their best interests to let lose a few games with the Rockets to extend the window of being able to get Luka back, or risk sweeping the the Rockets as
Lose a few
um
games.
okay.
I'm a pragmatist.
I
I'm
think
just gonna
I
say
think I'm leaning that way too.
lose a few games. Give Luca like if you could lose one or two games and they don't get KD back, I would love to see a last hurrah between KD and LeBron duking it out in the
Oh
playoffs.
yeah.
I mean, I have to live with the fact that Dylan Brooks eliminated the Golden State Warriors, and we got nothing out of that because Phoenix is getting absolutely terrorized by um OKC. But
Hmm.
so I don't get to see Steph and LeBron play one more time. And I'm hoping Draymond's out of Golden State and just doesn't come to Detroit. I don't care what anybody says. Like he's a literal clown. He's a goof.
I had
Um,
never even heard that.
People are saying come home because
I'm,
he's a Michigan State product. I'm like, bro,
oh yeah, but no, he's
no.
literally played his entire career in Golden State. Like no, it
But
wouldn't
he's
make any
also
sense.
I'm kind of
He's a
getting off track.
Michigander. Doesn't make
Well,
it.
it's not
No.
just that. A system piece for Steve Kerr's system. Draymond is not a good player overall. Like he's not. He's gonna. I hate to say this. He's gonna be like when Ben Wallace went to Chicago and just did nothing. Sorry, Ben Wallace is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer, but he worked in Detroit system because we allowed him to play his brand of basketball.
Yeah.
So like I don't get to see Steph and LeBron one last time. KD and LeBron would be nice, but honestly, lose a couple games. You know, one at least one.
Yeah. Because
I
again,
say
to that point, there if it if it allows you to at least have him for at least the second game, at
yeah,
least,
yeah.
I would
I mean, that
definitely.
can definitely, or at least, well, yeah, at least the second game. But yeah, I would say the second game because game three would be on home court, and then he can at least
Hmm.
have one game where there's a belt, and you know that can kind of light up that Lakers crowd. So yeah, I would say comeback game two at the very least,
Yeah.
or at the very
So that's
latest.
yeah. Because I'm looking at the whole playoff brackets right now, and yep, sure enough, Lakers and Rockets, and the winner gets the Thunder. Both are 3-0. So how they would probably be in game two before. Who's more likely to go to seven? Probably, honestly, the Knicks and the Hawks.
That is, you know what? I'm not gonna say that's surprising because it's the Knicks. Um, as much as Detroit is frustrating me, I'm always gonna say fuck the Knicks, fuck the Knickerbockers.
I'm just now realizing that Minnesota's up 3-1 against the Nuggets.
Yes, that is, and Ant Man went down last night.
Oh,
He only scored 5 points. I sued
did he
Damamu
go
or
down
something.
early or late?
Yeah, early.
Okay, so yeah, only scored 5 points. Oh, so do you think that the Nuggets are going to come storming back? Because this next game is the game five is in
Denver, right?
Minnesota.
Or is it in Minnesota?
It's in Minnesota.
It should be in Denver, right?
I'm looking at everything right now. The 27th. It is. Oh no, wait. Game five, Minnesota. Where it doesn't necessarily give me where it's at, so it might be in. If it's game five, it should be in Denver.
Hang on one
So that's my
second.
fault. Just how it was structured looked weird. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at. Oh yeah, DiVincenzo is out for the season with a torn Achilles in that same matchup. So both he and Ant Man went down last night. Yeah, it's at Denver. It's at Denver. I'm checking
okay.
out my app to score.
So Denver can potentially hold on to see how that goes. I don't think that the I think the Trailblazers can win. Oh no, it's game five, so it'll be in San Antonio. I think the Spurs can close it out even without Wemby.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's crazy to think how much of the Spurs offense and just how much of his game that Wemby commands, how much of their game that Wemby commands, and they still have a chance to close out that series.
And then
I'm not sold on Wemby being the next big thing yet, but I mean he's proven me wrong so far. I mean he's an MVP
he's
finalist.
he's crucial. I think it's more the consistency. He's a twig, so he
Yeah,
really needs to get a little bit more sturdy, and then
yeah,
I'll believe more in him. But
yeah,
to that point, I think so. Basically, Thunder Suns are going to be over in the next few days. If I were a Laker member of the Laker organization, I'd at least let that get to Game 6. But they're probably going to end it in the next two games. They
yeah.
can if they wanted to. I think the Nuggets are going to put up a fight. That could be a fun Game 7. Ooh, that would be wild if Denver
Yeah,
just won three in a row. That would
yeah.
be wild. So that's going to be an interesting one. I
Well,
don't think the Spur. What's up?
I was gonna say Denver was one of my options to come out of the West, so I'm really surprised they're down 3-1 or 1-3.
Hmm. Spurs. I think they can get it done without Wimby. So they're three of the four going to be wrapped up. We're probably going to go to Game 7. I hate to say it, but Pistons are probably going to go Game 7. Um, if not, they're going to get horribly embarrassed. I could
I mean,
see.
so
Go
there was
ahead.
a guy I can't think of his name. I don't keep up with a lot of the sports analysts at this point because a lot of them are caricatures. But one guy was saying like the Pistons have to prove to him, and he says it's either NBA Finals or bust. And Stephen A. said they make it past the first round to the second round. That's a good season. Make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's a good season. The way it's looking right now, bro, this is going to be one of the most embarrassing exits if they lose to eighth seed uh, 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 Orlando Magic with Bonchero and Jalen Suggs as their star players. I just they need they need absolutely they need another scoring threat. They have like the perfect system, but this NBA league demands scores. And today it isn't like 2004 when you won with the Fat Five Pistons. No,
Yeah.
you need another scoring threat besides K. Because as much as I'm gonna lay the onus on Cade, he cannot do everything. So Duran, you gotta find the dog in you to bully big-headed Wendell Sid Carter, Sid from Ice Age. I can never unsee that now. Uh, you gotta get dirty in the paint, bro. Like you gotta go to work.
Like
You got
this is a team that lost to Orlando in the playing game and are now bullying the number one seed.
yeah. Yeah, like and especially during you can't go out bad like this, especially if you said the East runs through Detroit. So like, bro, Orlando's running through Detroit right now, bro. Like that game three was embarrassing.
Yeah, and that's tough. I think because Boston's gonna get easily through the Sixers.
Yeah,
I think the Sixers can win one more, but I don't see that going past the game 6 or more. The Knicks and the Hawks and Cavs Raptors, I could honestly see both of those going game sevens.
yeah,
So that would be whoever play well whoever Boston plays, Boston's gonna have a rest because they're gonna be through the Sixers early, and then we are gonna be in a dogfight the entire time. So
I mean, but we can't expend so much energy on a fucking HC, bro. Like you shouldn't be like, and it's a defensive matchup, so your guys are getting beat up after an
yeah,
82 game season. You can't expend this much energy, man. You can't.
yeah. So it's one where the West looks clean. Things are falling in the order. Some big surprises with the Rockets and the Nuggets for sure. Um, and then on in the Eastern side, the Celtics looking the case for a top seeded team. Um, the Knicks really haven't. It's been interesting seeing the Hawks really push the Knicks the way that they have.
Yeah.
Uh, I honestly couldn't tell you who's going to win that series. I'm not afraid. Well, let me rephrase this. Before the Pistons started shitting themselves, I wasn't afraid. Now I'm just like, oh, I mean, anyone might be able to take it from us. So,
I mean,
well,
literally, it's looking like Boston might luck up and come out of the East if the Pistons can't get the job done.
yeah. And it's one where Luka back makes me feel confident that it's not going to be easy for the Thunder. Luka not. Thunder makes it to the second round fairly easily. Wemby has to be back for the Spurs. And then honestly, I don't know how the Wolves. I don't know if they. I just don't know about the Wolves.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I'm not. They're missing something, and they feel like one of those teams that just is stuck in neutral and just isn't adding that one crucial piece to get over the hump. I
Yeah,
have to send
it's
Smitty a message and let him know a comparison I just thought of. I just found out Aaron has his own podcast. He just started a podcast.
good for him.
Yeah, I have to check it out. He sent it to me. I just haven't watched it yet. I'm thinking about matchups and historical matchups, and the Spurs might be coming out of the West um, to get their first championship in 12 years.
I
12
feel
years.
so bad for them. If I was truly rooting from someone from the West to get a ring, it would be the Lakers. So LeBron can just retire and just leave. Um,
I mean, I'm more wanting Luca to get one because I am a Lakers fan. I was born in SoCal, just south of LA in Ventura. But I love the Lakers. If LeBron gets a fifth one, fine. Um, but it's either for me, it's going to be the Lakers or Denver. I'm
I would
I've been I'm a Joker fan. I
I
think
would
he's
like
actually
for Ant to get one,
they're missing
but
something.
again, they're just but to your point, they're missing something, and it feels like it's that defensive juggernaut that can stop anyone on the other team, like the enforcer kind of person.
Isn't that supposed to be Gobert for them though?
No,
I
no,
feel like they really
Gobert is not tough enough to be that person.
no. I mean, no, he's not. But I really feel like they need a point guard, like almost like a CP3 or a Chauncey Billups. That's wow.
Oh, floor
Forgot
general.
Chauncey had that beginning of the season. He had that case, that really weird case.
That was wild.
That it's been a
That
season,
was
bro.
wild.
It's been a season, but yeah,
We'd never talked about that. Yeah.
yeah, that blew my mind.
And it wasn't that he was like literally like he was just a part of the games. But he was part of like illicit poker games. I'm just like Chauncey Billups?
And when I heard like how deep it went, I was like, "Yo, what? Hey,
Like
yo,
mafia
what?"
links. Like it was crazy. Yeah, just illicit poker games. And now I'm over here like, see, this is why I don't gamble.
I mean,
Save your money.
yeah, I mean, might as well. But uh, uh, to the point I was just making, I feel they need somebody to control the tempo, like a CP3 that can, uh, uh, you know, get assists, control the tempo, and basically like run the off, make it easier for him. Um, I think that's part of what I'm seeing they need, but I can't. It just feels like there's no right.
So yeah, and I'm just even trying to think about a current almost like quarterback, a current point guard out there who would be like on the market good for that system without like getting an all-star like who's the point guard for the Knicks?
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, without going and getting like a Brunson or someone like that. Yeah, so
I feel like
interesting.
New York went out and remade a college basketball team without really thinking it through. Just for like the nostalgia act.
They remind me of the Kentucky Wildcats because they have like two or three Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, I think they might have collected all the pieces like an infinite gauntlet, and it's just all right. You got to play buddy buddy ball one more time, but can you get over the hump because you're struggling with the Hawks? Um, well, I can't talk shit because the Pistons just are shit in the bed. So sorry, please.
Actually, I didn't realize they have four people, no, three people from Villanova. I was just joking.
Yeah, it's yeah. We have talked basketball for 40 minutes. It's been a good.
Oh,
We started with a rant, bro. Um,
it
I
was.
don't
We
feel like I
needed
got.
that.
I don't think I got all my anger out at the Pistons yet, but it might come out sporadically as we talk anime and manga. Um, Kagurabachi's just raw. I just want to start there because Dadana has been on vacation because the is it Yuki Tabata? Um, the mangaka has been basically trying not to burn out. So now
Good.
he's on a new schedule where he's just like, yeah, I'm going to take some time so I don't burn myself out. So the Adonai has basically been on um, a break, unexpected, for about another week until next week. So about 3 or 4 weeks they've been on break. Um, so I haven't had that. I haven't had Chainsaw Man. Um, Trying to pick up
Yeah.
new series. Right now, all I have is Kagurabachi, Children X, which comes out like every 2 weeks. Um, it's phenomenal. Um, yeah, but Kagurabachi's just raw, man. I don't think I've ever. This is one of those series where you have to really crap the bed to mess it up at this point. Like you gotta pivot so hard from what you've been doing because he's just every chapter has pretty much been a solid 9 or 10 out of 10 for me. I
Hmm.
can't think of a real flaw to really dock it for.
And you're talking about Kagurabachi.
Yeah, like once this gets anime, man,
How many
it's gonna
chapters are
take
you
over
at
the world.
now?
We just had 119 or 120 today. Or we're
Oh,
at one.
that should be coming in the next year then.
Yeah, I think, and they're going on a 2 week break.
Well,
Yes, today
Golden
was
Week is
120.
next week.
Oh yeah.
So One Piece is also on break, so
What's going on in One Piece world?
um Emu is made landfall and is kicking butt. He just went up against a giant with a hammer that has the face of a squirrel, and it's one where like One Piece can be the can go from like the darkest like slavery and racism and like politics and like classism and all of this stuff, and then you have a hammer with a squirrel's face, and you're just like, you know what? It just works. Um, so it was just overall a good chapter, especially for the break. Found out a little bit about Emu's backstory, where it's setting up to be. We might even get a full on flashback where they reveal Joy Boy. So we're all just like, we are truly an end game that we're getting these flashbacks throughout this context, because Oda's big way of storytelling has been the use of flashbacks to be able to help drip us through history and help us understand like the in sequential order, like what has happened. So, I mean, a few more flashbacks. I'd like. we have maybe 2 more arcs, maybe another 2 years potentially, um, which kind of met my timeline earlier this year, last year when I was like, hey, I am next 3 years. I'm okay.
Yeah,
To say goodbye to One Piece. So
yeah, yeah. Um, I hear so much about Otis writing, and I'm just trying to commit to reading it. And I'm probably just gonna try to do like a chapter a day. Um, I've been reading JoJo's. I took like a few days off because I've been dealing with the migraines. Um, Read another chapter
JoJo's
this
is a little
morning.
intense. JoJo's a
Yeah,
little
well,
intense to read with a migraine because you're like, what?
this
My
art style
brain.
is crazy, bro. Um,
Which JoJo's?
I'm still in one, so I'm going to try to binge it once I like really get into the meat of it. Um, and I kind of came across like some spoilers for eight, with Wonder of You or whatever, which is apparently like this really really bizarre power, but I don't have the full context, so it didn't ruin it for me. Um,
Okay, good.
but the art style is great. It's bizarre, which kind of fits, but it's also like I dig it. Like I like what he's doing with it. Um, it just is unique. It stands out to me. Like it has its own character to it. So yeah. And I actually watched most of the chapters. I'm reading like the first episode or two when I started like during the pandemic. Just at the time, it was hard to keep up with stuff just because who I was with and trying to watch stuff with them. Um, so yeah, I'm digging JoJo's. I try to do like at least one or two chapters a day. It's gonna always be fuck Dio for burning Danny the dog.
Oh my
I,
goodness! So you got there? Yeah.
bro,
Okay.
I will always. I'm like, bro, don't hurt Danny. Don't hurt
I
Danny.
I looked at my sister because she loves Dio, and I was like, I don't trust you around my dogs anymore.
I,
And she just
bro,
started laughing. She's like, that's fair.
bro, there's like people that. What's the guy from Guts or Berserk? Guts
Oh,
Wrangle. Uh, what can I think of his
I know
name?
who you're talking about, but I can't think of their name.
God, I gotta look it up. I gotta get his name right because there are people who actually say he did nothing wrong, and I'm like, bro, I can't trust you around with married children.
Like it's just like I don't know how to judge your decision making
Griffith,
skills, but I don't like it. I don't like
Griffith,
it. Oh, okay.
Griffith. The guy is an SA serial SA um, uh, committer person actually, and people are like, oh, he did nothing wrong, and I'm just like, bro, this got to be bait. This has got to be bait.
Yeah,
Um,
like you're trying to get me upset right now.
yeah. But no, Dio, I'm gonna always hate Dio. In any incarnation because I know they're like getting incarnated like throughout different timelines and different eras or whatever. So I'm just gonna always hate Dio. I don't care. I don't
It's
care.
wild. It's a
I don't care.
wild ride. That's all I could say.
Yeah. So it's always gonna be fuck them. But yeah, I'm digging JoJo's. Um, I'm really hoping Kakurobachi gets animated within the next year. Just because when you guys read it or watching an anime, it's gonna be so sublime.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shows that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to watch it specifically, like Don Da Don. Like I, every once in a while, I want to read it just to be like, ooh, what's going on, or what was different. But I'm specifically anime for Don Da Don and a few others. Um,
That's fair. I love that honestly, and I read it, and my buddy got me into it. Anime is so faithful to the manga, which I appreciate, and they take their time with it. Um, oh, I'm trying to get my sister into it because I got another friend into it, and she's like, "Should I be watching this on an airplane?" I'm like, it's okay.
not the first episode, but
Not the first
everything
episode.
after.
Like not the first episode. She's like, I mean, what if people look up? I'm like, it's okay, just fine. Just roll.
I almost feel like you should have people watch like episode 2 and on, and then just be like, "Are you ready for the first episode?"
I just really want my sister to see what a good anime is because she's like keeps trying to push me to watch Solo Leveling, and I'm just like, not for me, not for me.
I mean, if Solo Leveling had like a plot
If it
outside
wasn't
of
wish
like,
fulfillment,
yeah.
like it's just like when I found out how it ends, it didn't even ruin the ending for me. It was just like, oh, that's meh.
I didn't even
It's
know
like
Solo Leveling was done.
well, I think like the manga of it or something was manga. I think it was technically. Someone told me like, oh, this is just what happens with the main character. I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of lame. But yeah, I really want her to watch a legit good anime, and I don't. There's not too many that are better than that. They're not to me right now. JJK honestly cooked with season 3. And those only 12 episodes or 12 or 13 episodes or something. Uh,
Hmm.
oh yeah,
I was about to say, like, if you're giving him JJK, like, honestly, I'd probably give him Odd Taxi.
well, my sister got me into. I'm probably gonna watch some episodes tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Um, Fragrant Flowers, so sweet. So like, I'm getting into rom coms and a lot more emotional stuff lately.
I was about to
Um,
say that sounds like a rom com that came out recently. Okay.
yeah. Probably consequence of dating again. Um, but Fragrant Flowers is sweet. So I'm like, you'll like Da 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 for the humor of it all. Like it has the rom com aspect to it, and you can't not root for Okaroon and Momo, even though like,
Oh
well,
yeah.
I don't want to spoil the manga for you, but you can't not root for them because I'm still rooting for them. But um, yeah, it's just like it really gets you to believe, and it just makes you feel like young and fun, and like oh, they're just being stupid. Um, so no, I love Dadan. What was the other one? I have to watch Free Rent just because I'm not. I have no idea what Free Rent is actually about. Um,
Really?
like I just
You will love it. I'm
I
very
had no
surprised
idea
you
what it's
haven't
about,
watched.
but so many people recommended it to him. Like I have to sit down and commit to watching TV more. I just
That's
I'm
fair.
always like on the move. I'm like, bro, like I need to sit down and just finish watching TV shows. Um, I'm like halfway through like several different shows at one time. It's kind of sick. Yeah, it's depraved,
Oh, that's
honestly.
funny. Um, yeah, if you ever need suggestions, especially like season to season, I am having. Oh, I have not given my up to date like what Brit is watching for this season because we haven't recorded since April started, and we've got a whole new list of craziness. So let's see
So I'm
here.
glad you did it this time and not me, BB.
As far as forgetting, or
Saying call yourself Wayne and not DB.
oh yeah, that's on me. But let's see here. So gonna click here, get this information. What is this? All looks weird. Seasonal. There we go. All right. So Witch Hat Atelier. So much fun. It is. It's supposed to be. There's supposedly three big. There's like a big three for fantasy anime. It's Witch Hat Atelier, Dungeon Delicious in Dungeon, and Free Rent. Those are like the big three currently for like manga, and now they're being adapted. We're getting that. ReZero is back. Holy goodness, that's insane. Um,
I've heard
the
about that
create
one, so I gotta check it out.
I would highly suggest ReZero. It's horror though, so be ready.
I
Um,
love horror. I'm a spooky season buff.
Demons. Oh, and then I would suggest ReZero. Demons of the Shadow Realm is the latest project from the person who made um Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, nice.
So it started off very well. Doing slime isekai, gotta do slime isekai. Love me some Rimuru Tempest. If people can't see, I've got me a lovely little collection of slime. Oh, it's right here. Of slime isekai right here. Well, Tales of I love world building. And Rimuru just has like my kind of humor. Doctor Stone is in its final season, so I'm very interested how we're going to like really just run through the last 13 episodes because it's like everything. So they're probably going to start like either skipping a lot of stuff or just burning through it really quickly. So we'll see how the quality dips. Sentence of a Bookworm, also isekai trash, but it is really really good. Farming Life in Another World season 2, also very very good. Uh, and then my last thing that I'm actually watching is Yo-Yo Zawa Sensei, which is basically my ecchi fix, which is just like just nerd, just a really soft-spoken teacher who's now being helped by her students. So,
Nice.
what could possibly go wrong? A lot.
Yeah, my
So,
students definitely made me feel the love. One of my students, so besides calling me the GOAT, so like a lot of people don't know this, my fourth grade class that I work with when I can saw me Tuesday of last week, and they got super excited, so they ran back to the classroom to the others. So I walked in, like, "Oh, the GOAT is back! The GOAT is back!" And then when some people were like was like talk out to him like, "Shut, GOAT is here! GOAT is here!" So I just really was like, "Oh, you guys are glazing me again." But I got teary eyed when I got home, so I really did feel the love that day. But one of my students called me Gojo, so I did feel accomplished. I'm also hoping I do not get cut in half. But there's that. Um, so yeah, uh, for me, I have to definitely check out which one did you say was Demons of the Shadow Realm? Because that was
I would
quite
highly
a
suggest
yeah.
that.
ReZero for sure. Free Ren, Witch Hat sounds like it's up my alley. I've been trying to get into Fates, like the different Fates series. Um, it's
Fate Stay Night is good. Um, there's some that can be just a little bit long in the tooth. So it's just like, all right, I get what you're trying to accomplish, but you're taking a long time to get there.
yeah,
Especially some of the older fates.
yeah. I mean, I've heard good things about them. I just don't even know where to start. So I did hear Stay Night was good though, so I have to check that one out first.
I
Didn't
would
know
definitely
that.
suggest Fate Stay Night, yeah. Didn't
Didn't,
what?
didn't know Doctor Stone was still going on.
Well,
It's an
it's like I said,
anime.
it's in its final season for the anime. So it's just wrapping up a bunch.
Fire Force. I gotta finish Fire Force.
Fire Force is just trippy. That was
It's
it.
I know how it ends, but I saw some of the anime adaptations to it, and it's wild. It's
You know
um
how it ends, so do you know what it becomes?
yeah, Soul Eater.
I did
The
not.
pre,
I did
the
not
pre,
know that.
I didn't see that coming. But
Did
yeah,
not.
he goes into it becomes Soul Eater. Um, what was the other series I meant to? Oh crap! Why am I forgetting it? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Besides Fire Force, like pull my hair out. Um, crap! I'm gonna have to like send you a text if I don't remember it before we finish. Before we wrap.
I just get like a random message in like the middle of the night.
Yeah, well, I know you wake up early like me, but I might just send you like a 4 a.m. text, like, bro, it was like,
It
oh
was
my
blah blah
god,
blah.
Jesus Christ, it was like right there. I'm trying to think, it was not Fire Force. Jesus, my 36-year-old brain. You said that out loud. Fuck. Yeah, I can't remember what series it was I was going to tell you about, but yeah, Fire Force is trippy. Oh, this series is not an anime. but it is literally causing people to lose their shit. Invincible.
I've heard of Invincible. It's just never gotten onto my plate.
I like stopped like early or halfway through season 2, so I got to get back into it. But apparently, like, it's getting a lot of cross-verse battles with Dragon Ball Z, and it's just causing a lot of nerds to just be very, very not nice and idiotic people. Um,
Not nerds.
you've never met a mean nerd in your life.
Not
Uh,
an opinionated nerd.
oh, but Jesus Christ,
No.
bro! Like the threat versus this person, um, the Viltrumites versus the Saiyans. It's literally like, bro, this is Itachi versus Minato every day in the Naruto sub. Like, let it die. Let it die.
Still?
Still to this day. I like got a random notification, like hadn't been in the sub in like 3 months. Got a random notification, and for some reason, it was somehow still Itachi versus Minato. Let it go. Minato, excuse me. Nino.
That's all kinds of craziness.
So like, yeah, bro. Like, I have to. I have a lot of stuff I gotta watch. I need to make. But 2 weeks
Yeah,
left.
and that's the issue. They keep on making more good stuff too.
Yeah, I have 2 weeks left. Um, Ghost is gonna have to go to daycare one of these days. Um, and I'm just gonna have to sit back and watch me some anime. Or I could watch anime with him and just not have anything else to do on the plate, like turn off my phone or something.
And it's always an idea. I highly suggest it.
Yeah,
Like nothing is good. Nothing for me is a better experience than just binging a show and like starting it and then you end it in one day. You can digest it. You can just move on with your life, not just be like, oh, now I gotta figure when do I watch the next episode.
how do you sit in the same spot the entire time though?
I live a life like I'll eat food and go get snacks and like walk around.
You don't
I'm not
start a whole
sit
different quest at that point.
no
That's
because
me.
I
I'm
have
like,
something to come back to. That's why thankfully it's if it's a good show, then you don't end up in that quagmire.
yeah, I'm just a whole different quest get started once I grab a snack. Oh god, I need to talk
Once I
to.
grab a snack.
All right. So DB, we did not talk about the NBA to college coaching path
Oh, we
and
didn't.
the NFL draft. You have any quick thoughts about the NFL draft, and we can reconnect about it after the.
Uh Packers had a really good draft, had a lot of fun with the five, and then we got a kicker, so that's just hilarious in its own right. And then all I can say is to the Lions fans, please take care of Skylar Gill Howard. He's a good kid, really good kid, good player, good defensive tackle. Just be good to him. He's Texas Tech Red Raider. Be good to him. That's all I can
I
say.
will pass the
That's all I
message
got.
on. I'll pass the message on. Um, yeah. All right. So I think we're called it good there. We can touch on. We did a long, really long NBA rant. We went places with that one. The Pistons made me feel things this week that I didn't need to feel. Um, so there's that. Um, but we can definitely talk Maloney's point about NBA coaches to uh, going to coach a college team next weekend.
Yeah.
I think we're in a good place. Well, for the episode, I'm not in a good place with the Pistons right now.
I mean,
Um,
we may as well save that for next week because we'll be talking about if the Pistons get bounced or if they're fighting for their lives anyway. So
I'm gonna let you know, just like the night, and I'm sorry, trigger warning, when Chicago beat Green Bay in the playoffs. Right here, you're gonna get the text. I'm gonna be screaming the entire episode tomorrow. You're gonna get that text from me.
Oh, you've actually gotten to experience like two meltdowns from me, the
Yeah,
Duke and the Green Bay one. Like so, like that is it's your time. Your turn's coming. May as well
kind of
be.
three because of Chainsaw Man.
That was not a good ending, but
Is I'm. Oh God, please, Pistons don't jinx me. Don't jinx. I'm gonna do. I don't. I'm. I'm gonna be spending the entire. You know what? We're gonna call it good. I'm in a good place in life.
yeah, let's leave it on a good note. Let's leave it on a good note.
I'm healthy. I journal and shit now. Like I talk about my feelings in my journal. I felt this way because the Pistons shit the bed like they always do. Like that's what I say for my journal, not for you all. You all are great. I appreciate you. DB is great. So let's leave it on a high note, okay? I'm your host as always, Tako DB. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Here with DB, the big bro. Let us know what you think. Drop your comments. Do you think the Pistons are gonna let me down? Let me know in the comments. Please tell me otherwise. All right, as always, later, Space Cowboys.